Hello and welcome back to MindSpanse. My name's Craig, and I want to thank you for joining me today. At MindSpanse, we're all about elevating our daily life, finding ways, using very basic meditation techniques to just make the day a little better, smile a little more, a little less stress, more love, more gratitude. And today's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And of course, I thought it would be good to do a quickie on gratitude, by how I look at gratitude, how do you cultivate gratitude, and some simple practices that I think can help and why we do it in the first place. So with that, let's take a very big stretch. Deep breath. I made a great cup of coffee, actually. Rare, but it's really good. God, that is delicious. So also don't forget to go to MindSpanse.com, which is my website, and sign up for the email list so you can get notified of all my new videos, and of course please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it very much. So gratitude comes from, let's just talk, what does gratitude mean, right? Like being grateful, it comes from the Latin root gratis, which is to be grateful, to give praise, and you can trace the etymology of it back to some people will look at it as sort of like a connection to the divine. And in a sense, that's sort of what it is when you cultivate it, right? And part of the reason, there have been a lot of studies lately that show that the feeling of gratitude, the expression of gratitude, the cultivation of gratitude produces oxytocin, which is a very powerful chemical associated with love and physical intimacy, and makes your mood great. And so of course you can actually get addicted to becoming grateful, but it's a really it's a great way to look. If you're producing more oxytocin and you're spending your time being grateful and less time being angry, that's a good way to elevate your day, and that's what we're sort of all about. So what is it? So how do we? I mean, of course we all say thank you and this and that, but there's a difference between sort of walking through a day, someone does something nice and saying thank you, and sort of practicing gratitude. And I think part of that is we're all trained, we were all told as kids, and mostly all told probably, that you should be thankful because you didn't grow up in starving environment, and that you have a house over your head or whatever, and you have food and whatever. But in a sense, it sort of sets up the dynamic that those people cannot be grateful in a way, right? What are they grateful for? And I think that gratitude and joy and happiness and love and is sort of is external to those things. I mean, of course, there are challenges when you're in those environments, but those people certainly feel love and grateful and have moments of their own awakening and wonderful, beautiful lives within the context of maybe not having everything that you have or I have. So it sets up this dynamic of like, I have gratitude because I'm better, I'm feeling better, I'm in a better position than somebody else. And it's not what it's meant to do. It's an easy way to tell kids that, but you set up this dynamic, and so it's sort of like the Joan who has the bigger house and who has the bigger car and all this kind of stuff. And so this is what we need to get over. And so how do we do that? The simplest thing always, like in all my videos, is just observe yourself all the time. And when you taste something that's really good, when you touch something that feels really good, when you feel good, when you see something that's beautiful, when you smell something that's beautiful, just take a moment, even if it's once a day, to just stop and savor it. And like I did a video on neuroplasticity. If you just do it once a day, twice a day, then you'll do it maybe a little more. If you focus on those are the easy low-hanging fruit moments that you can start to retrain your brain to get quiet and start to experience the gratitude, and say with a very quiet mind as you're experiencing this, and with a very wide open loving heart, say thank you, but thank you in the depth of your soul, all of your being, for this moment of beauty, of enticement, of whatever it is that makes you feel good. And as you do that, you retrain your brain to start to recognize these moments more and more often. And then as you realize that you're changing, you will change. Not immediately, but soon. If you do that after a month, you'll recognize moments, you'll slow down, you'll be more present in the moments of joy. You'll also start to recognize when you're not feeling good. And don't do anything about that. Just, okay, I'm not feeling good. Let's not deal with that yet. So then, once you've start this training going, then you can sort of apply it to other things like that are less noticeable. Like maybe just your ability to walk properly, your ability to breathe properly. Just take a deep breath and then just the miracle of being alive, like what it takes of the 100 trillion cells working together, which is half of which are not yours, they're bacteria cells. But this colony, this universe, working in a coordinated fashion, unbeknownst to your little monkey brain that's trying to figure out whether or not you should have pancakes or an omelet for breakfast, is just running the show. Things are just doing its thing. And so just to be thankful, grateful for that existence is another layer of it. And as you do that a little bit, you'll continue to retrain your brain, and you're already elevating your life, which is all we're trying to accomplish here. And then what'll happen is, as you recognize moments when you're not feeling like that, when you're not feeling great, is that you can shift away from, it's not about pushing anything away, because then you empower that thing. So pushing away negative thoughts is not a good idea. But you can shift your attention just to something beautiful, a reflection in a pond, in a puddle, a blue sky, a lack of pain in your body, a step, a breath. And so that you can reduce that other feeling and move your ego mind to something beautiful and something where you can be grateful and have that feeling of gratitude. So I'm talking only internally right now, because it all starts with that. It starts, when you try to fix things outside, and I talk about that you must fix inside. And fixes, you're perfect as you are, obviously. I'd say allowing the perfection to blossom as it should, as opposed to you stomping on it. It's a better way to think about it, actually. Get rid of all the constraints and all the stuff, and allow your perfection to manifest itself. And then when you're interacting with other people, it's going to be quite simple. It's going to be very simple, because they're going to do something, someone does something like a great job on something, it really helps you on something, and you're going to take a moment to be quiet, and you're going to take a moment to look them in the eye and say, thank you so much, I really, really appreciate it. It made a big difference in my day. And that will become, all of this will become easier and make more sense as you go through it and as you retrain yourself to be in this place. And it's really easy. I mean, I think starting with things that are really easy, like ice cream and cheese and crackers for me, or olives, or whatever it may be. Chicken soup. I'm actually making the best cranberry sauce. It's really good, like fresh cranberries and apples, and a little cinnamon. There's a trick. You don't have to use as much sugar if you use a little baking soda. If you ever remember as a kid, like the volcano, the acid in the baking soda, so it dissipates. That's what they use in like Tums and stuff when you have an acid stomach. So basically you can drop down the acid from the cranberries, and so you don't have to use as much sugar, because I don't like it that sweet, but I don't like the acidity either. So it's a little chemical trick that you can use, and I use. So I'm excited about that. And so as you get to this external gratitude area, things become quite easy, because it's just an extension of all your practice you've been doing internally. Okay? So that's all I got. Just start. I think the beauty of life is that every moment you have the opportunity to elevate. Every moment you have the opportunity to make a left turn instead of a right turn. You have the opportunity to recreate yourself little by little, or a lot, to create the best version of yourself in each moment. And that's a miracle. I mean, what more could you be grateful for, that you can actually evolve yourself? So with that, I wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Be grateful. Express your gratitude for yourself, for your others, family, loved ones, pets. And definitely subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you really soon. Have a great day.